What if I told you Japan built machines so advanced, so bizarre, and so perfectly engineered that the rest of the world never even knew they existed? Not because they failed, but because the world wasn't ready for them. Today, we're uncovering 10 secret machines from Japan that almost nobody outside the islands has ever seen. And some of them will genuinely change how you think about technology. Let's go. Japan operates on a different wavelength. In Shinto belief, even inanimate objects carry a spirit, a kami. So when Japanese engineers build something, they're not just solving a problem. They're creating something they expect to last, to matter, to almost feel alive. That philosophy produced some of the most innovative machines in history, and some of the most forgotten. Here are 10 of them. Most people think the IBM PC conquered the world in the 1980s. In Japan, it didn't even come close. If Sony's Walkman defined personal media, and Nintendo defined gaming, NES PC 9800 defined personal computing in Japan. Launched in October 1982, the PC 9801 was built around a problem Western machines simply couldn't solve: the Japanese language. English has 26 letters. Japanese has thousands of complex kanji characters. Early IBM clones couldn't render them. NEC built the PC 9801 around a custom graphics chip, the PD7220, optimized specifically to display kanji at readable resolutions. The result was total market dominance. For years, the PC-98 architecture held over 60% of the Japanese microcomputer market. The platform eventually sold more than 18 million units by 1999, rivaling the Commodore 64 as one of the best-selling home computer systems of the 20th century. 18 million machines. An entire digital civilization. And almost nobody in the West has heard of it. The MSX was the most ambitious idea in home computing history, a universal standard that any manufacturer could build to, so every home computer would finally be compatible. It worked, briefly. Japan, Europe, and parts of Asia bought in. But the final and most powerful version, the MSX TurboR, featuring a cutting-edge 16-bit R800 processor, was released exclusively in Japan in 1990, and then discontinued just 3 years later in 1993. The world had moved on. Windows was coming. The dream of universal computing standards died quietly, and the TurboR went with it. Today, a working unit sells for hundreds of dollars among collectors. Almost none of them ever run actual software anymore. In 1999, Sony launched something the world had never seen: the world's first entertainment robot for home use, the AIBO robotic dog. The first batch of 3,000 units sold out in just 20 minutes, despite costing more than $2,000 each. AIBO wasn't just a toy. It had a full development environment called OpenR. It could hear, respond, recognize faces, and make decisions. It was artificial intelligence before AI was a household term. Sony discontinued AIBO in January 2006, citing disappointing sales, having sold only 150,000 units in 7 years. In 2014, Sony stopped repairing malfunctioning units entirely. A 450-year-old Buddhist temple in Izumi, near Tokyo, has since conducted memorial services for 800 dead AIBO dogs. People held funerals for their robot pets. That's not just technology. That's attachment. That's Japan. This one is genuinely unsettling and genuinely brilliant. The Simroid is a dental training humanoid developed by Nippon Dental University. It looks human. It reacts human. Covered in silicone skin and packed with sensors, it's designed to respond when a trainee dentist makes a mistake. Hit a nerve incorrectly, apply too much pressure, and the Simroid cries out, "Ouch, that hurts." The psychological impact on students is reportedly significant. When a machine screams at you, suddenly the drill feels very real. It's one of the most specialized, most effective, and most disturbing teaching tools ever built, used only in advanced Japanese dental labs, and virtually unknown to the outside world. Developed by a company literally named Cyberdyne, yes, like the Terminator, the hybrid assistive limb is an exoskeleton that reads faint bioelectric signals from the surface of your skin. It detects the signal your brain sends to your muscles before your body fully acts on it, then amplifies or completes the movement in real time. HAL is used for stroke rehabilitation, spinal cord injury recovery, and treating muscular dystrophy. It genuinely works. Patients who couldn't walk have walked again. But the clinical requirements, specialist training, and high cost mean only a handful of centers in the world operate one. Most people will never see it outside a documentary, which makes it one of the most impactful secret machines on this entire list. Paro is a baby harp seal robot, soft and white, designed for use in elderly care homes. It responds to touch and voice, blinks slowly, and makes gentle sounds. Clinical studies conducted in Japan, Denmark, and the United States have found that regular interaction with Paro measurably reduces anxiety, loneliness, and stress in dementia patients, sometimes as effectively as human companionship. It sounds almost too simple, but the science behind it is solid. The problem? At roughly $4,500 per unit, Paro remains a luxury that most care facilities in the world simply cannot afford. A machine that could help millions sits quietly in a handful of high-end nursing homes, largely invisible to the rest of the world. Japan's cities are among the most densely populated on Earth. The parking problem has existed since the 1960s. Japan's solution was radical: make the cars vanish. Automated multi-level parking facilities use machinery with three-dimensional movement to stack vehicles in multi-layer structures. Some facilities carry automobiles up and down at speeds of over 100 meters per minute. Many of these garages run entirely underground. Shoppers walking above have no idea that hundreds of cars are being sorted and shuffled like puzzle pieces directly beneath their feet. Tourists visiting Japan regularly film these systems in disbelief. The rest of the world has barely adopted them. Land is cheaper elsewhere, so the engineering solution was never necessary. But in Japan, it became invisible infrastructure. Japan has around 72 million bicycle users, with an estimated 10 million bikes sold every year. The streets were becoming impossible. So Japan put the bikes underground too. Created by Giken, EcoCycle is a fully automated mechanical underground parking system for bicycles, with each cylindrical structure storing over 200 bikes. When a cyclist presses a button, the doors open and swallow the bicycle underground. The entire process takes less than 10 seconds. The system is earthquake resistant and uses an IC tag on the front wheel linked to the user's membership card. You walk up, press a button, and your bike disappears into the earth. 10 seconds later, the street is clear. It's so seamless that most people living near one forget it even exists. In Sagamihara City, there is a place that functions almost like a vending machine museum. A collection of Showa-era machines from the 1970s kept alive by specialist technicians, because the companies that made them no longer exist. One machine heats a ham and cheese toast sandwich to 250 C and delivers it in 40 seconds. Another, over 52 years old, still counts down and serves warm hamburgers. Hot food, cooked inside the machine, in under a minute, built before most of their customers were born. These aren't kept running for nostalgia alone. People travel hours to use them. In a world of touchscreen ordering and cloud kitchens, there's something quietly radical about a machine that's been doing one thing perfectly for half a century. Long before the creator economy, before the word selfie existed, Casio built the TRYX, a camera with a fully swiveling, rotatable frame that could hang on a wall, stand on a table, or be gripped at any angle to shoot from any direction. Ultra slim, beautifully engineered, a product that predicted exactly how billions of people would eventually use their phones. The world wasn't ready for it. By the time it was, smartphones had made it irrelevant. The TRYX became one of the most prophetic and most overlooked pieces of consumer tech ever made. A camera that arrived in the right future, just the wrong decade. Japan didn't build these machines to impress the world. They built them because they saw a problem and engineered the most precise, the most thoughtful, the most Japanese solution possible. Some of these machines changed lives quietly in specialized clinics. Some vanished before the world could catch up, and some are still running underground right now, beneath busy city streets, doing their job perfectly, while nobody above even knows they're there. That's Japan, always a few decades ahead, and rarely waiting for the world to notice. Which of these would you actually want to use? Drop it in the comments.